Good morning everyone and welcome back to today's video. Now ignore that, I've just spilt coffee on myself. I'm not changing the top. And the window is open. If it gets too loud I'll shut it. Anyway, I'll have another sip of coffee and try not to spill it. It's that opening, it's too small. I think I'm going to change up this mug. Right, so today I'm going to do my makeup, so I'm not going to tell you what I'm using. I've already prepped the eyelids from P. Louise Base. And I'm going to tell you about a couple of worst jobs I've had whilst putting on my eyeshadow. So the palette I'm using is the 35XO from Morphe. That's about all you're going to be told. So these are not in order of jobs I've had. I've had plenty of jobs over the time. I've had a lot. Probably more than most people because I get bored. Anyway, I've got my mirror, so I'm going to start. So one of the worst jobs I had was at this factory. Now, I went for this job because this factory had a position vacant with no experience needed. So I went along to the interview and they showed me around the factory and everything, which was new at the time to me because I'd never been shown around any place of work before and an interview. So showed me around the factory and everything and showed me the machine I'd be working on. But it said, don't worry, you'll have training, you'll have time to get used to it and all that. Okay, seems fine. So I got back into the office part and said straight away, you've got the job, start Monday. Alright, it was probably about Wednesday or something, so I'd have a couple of days to, you know, be ready for it. If you can get ready for a job like that. Anyway, so Monday came along. My time was 7 o'clock. I knew it was quite a way to go because I had to get a bus into town and then I had to walk from town, and it took about 20 minutes walk from the centre of town. I must have been nuts walking like that at 7 AM in the morning when it was all quiet, but you know, it was around the town, so it's not like, well, you think you're safe, don't you, but you never know. Anyway, so I walked to this job on that morning. I think I got there slightly early and he took me up there and introduced me to some of the girls, and the one I was going to be working with, it was going to train me on this huge machine thing. So I sit down next to her and she shows me how you work it. And what I was doing, you know the inner part of your shoe where you put your foot in and your foot rests on, I'm not sure what they call that part, to be honest. I would call it the sole of the shoe, to be fair. And that, to be put together, because it's like in two parts, and you have to put binding all the way around it, and that was my job. So I sat there and, you know, it took a good few goes before I actually got any pair of shoes done. Took a bit of time. So that seemed alright. I thought, well, I've got a few days training, haven't I? No. So basically it was like, oh, you've handled it now, off you go. Day one. Are you kidding? Not even 2 hours into the job and it was like, well, you've got the hang of it. That apparently was training. Is it egg? So I'm trying my best to get these shoes done. They're always going a bit loose and stuff. They're not very tight. She'd say, look, just tighten, just tighten. So I was doing my best. And it was also one of them jobs that if you needed the toilet, you had to ask to go, because it wasn't a production line or anything, but for some reason you had to ask to go. Felt like you were at school again. So I used to take some breaks, to be honest, because my goodness, I found that really tricky for a while. And then on day 2 I went in. I'd already established I didn't like this job, and I went in on day 2 and did the same thing, and it was a bit slack, but I was getting a bit better at it. But I have a feeling at the time that none of the bosses or anybody was really happy with the fact I wasn't picking it up as quick as I would hoped. But I don't think anybody could have picked that up any quicker. Maybe he could have. Nearly dropped that. So like, I just want to do the edge there because it goes bold at that end. So anyway, I carried on as I was, and I was getting better by the end of that shift, because my shift was, I think it was 7 till 12. I'm pretty sure it's 7 till midday. It wasn't a full day, thank goodness, because I think on the first day I would have walked out. But so I thought, well, I can bear this for that amount of time. I can bear it. We had a lunch break, so I still have, no, not a lunch break. I didn't have a lunch break. I wasn't there for that. I had a like coffee break, whatever you call it. Coffee break, I'm assuming. So, put that out of the way. And yeah, so I could bear it for that amount of time. So it got to day 4, and I still wasn't really speeding on. They weren't happy with me because they expected me to do hundreds, and I couldn't. So they thought, okay, we'll keep it going. So the end of the week came. I think I was also only doing Monday to Thursday, if I rightly remember, Monday to Thursday. And I'd have to tell you, this wrestling for one has been a game changer, an absolute game changer. So Monday to Thursday I did that job. So on the Monday the next week I went in. I wasn't looking forward to it, to be honest. I was bored shitless, and it was just, oh, here we go again kind of thing. It was so tedious as well. And then on the Tuesday, I'll skip forward a bit because I was expecting quicker and it wasn't really happening. On Tuesday, I managed to get to grips with it. I don't know how, but I did. And I was really pleased with myself because I got to 100 pairs. By the time the shift ended, I was done 100. And it was good 100. It wasn't loose or saggy or missed bits or anything. Because it was like this machine, and it does it's got all the trim in it. And you have to just weird it round and turn it and do it on the whole shape of the sole. It's quite tricky. And so I've got the hang of it, I thought, pretty well to do 100. And so he came round and he went, oh, you've done 100, that's very good. And they're all good pairs and everything, boxed up and ready to go because I've been checked by her. The one that showed me how to do it. I can't remember her name. And goes, well, that's good, you can do 200 tomorrow. And I just looked at him and thought, are you kidding? He wasn't kidding either. So, yeah, I wasn't too pleased. I went in the next day and I couldn't do 200. I could only do my 100. He goes, no. You need 500 a day. I thought, you're kidding, aren't you? I can't sit at this machine for 500 pairs of these a day. I'll go insane. And this factory, it was a very hot days, it was summer. And the type of summer you have when the days are just so stifling, and there was no air coming into that factory. And there's no windows. There's no air at all. And you've got some cool air system, but it's not working very well. It is stifling, so hot. So, I'm going to have to shut this. So, it was stifling hot. Thankfully, I didn't have to wear a uniform or anything. As long as you didn't go in open-toe shoes, you was pretty fine to go in what you wanted. So, I had a pair of trainers on. Yeah, so on that day, and he wanted 500 a day. I thought, I can't do this. I'll try, but I can't do this. He pulled me aside. He says, I don't think this is for you. He says, because you can't speed up more, and you just can't. I says, it is only my second week. Give me a break. No, you should speed up well by then. I thought, right, okay. So he says, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to let you go. He says, you have a choice. We will pay you to the end of the month. He says, regardless of whether you come in to do your job or not. I thought, all right. So, because at the end of the month, I had to go and collect my wages from that company, from that factory. They had a little wage department. The day when they used to give you wages, cash in hand kind of thing. So, I sat on it all weekend and I thought, I'm going into work. And I really was going to do this. And I'd got off the bus in town on the Monday and I was walking to this job. I got to, oh yeah, that hurt. These damn things are evil, but they help with that mascara. So I'd got 10 minutes walk in and I thought, what am I doing? I hate this job with such a passion, and he's just told me he'd pay me to the end of the month whether I'm there or not. So I went, sod this, what am I doing? I turned round and went back into town. I think I ended up at McDonald's at the time and had a breakfast and a drink, a coffee or something. Yeah, it would have been a coffee because their teas were nothing to write home about. You wouldn't have a tea in a McDonald's, no way. So, oh God, I hate these bloody things. I really do, but they're sometimes needed for the curling over lashes with this stupid mascara. It's the only reason I pulled them back again. The only reason. It's like pulling back a couple of blushes because of the shimmering. I started to get into shimmery blushes because I left them in the pile to declutter for too long. That's what happens. Anyway, so yeah, I'll just go into town and have a bit of a look around town and then go back home. And Mum went, oh, you're early today. And I went, I didn't do it. I said, he did tell me I didn't have to and I'd get paid at the end of the month. So that's what I'm doing. And she said, fair enough then, that's alright. And then the end of that month I went in and got my pay packet, and that was it. And they didn't say anything. I thought they might have said something, but no, nothing was said. I think they were probably quite relieved I wasn't there. That was that job. It was horrendous. So another job I've had, which I hated with a passion, was cleaning a nightclub. Yep, you heard it. Cleaning a nightclub. Now, I've had cleaning jobs before that, so I just thought, it's just a regular cleaning job, it's fine. No, not in a nightclub, and not with this company. So, I first go for the interview, and I think I start straight away that day. Can't remember rightly, but I don't think I did any break. I didn't think... I'll try that again. I don't think I had any break before I started. I think I just started that day because I came in for the interview about half an hour before everybody started the shift. So pretty much started. And she gave me a vacuum cleaner to hoover the floor. Fine. Over the big piece of carpet. It's massive because, you know, it covers a big circumference. What I didn't realise, because she gave me that vacuum cleaner and a damp cloth. And I thought, what's with the damp cloth? She went, oh, because the carpet is so saturated with alcohol. And probably other bodily fluids I don't want to know about. You have to keep wiping your vacuum cleaner. I thought, every now and then. No. 2 or 3 pushes with a vacuum cleaner, you was wiping the bottom of it. 2 or 3 pushes with a vacuum cleaner, you was wiping the bottom of it. By the time that shift ended, I was flipping done in. Because that was my only job that day. Oh, I think I think she took me off that part way. Because she wanted someone a bit quicker. You couldn't go any quicker with that. And, or something or other. And just trying to meddle with this. Because sometimes I catch my lid with this mascara. I can't tell you where with this mascara. This mascara is so bad, it's unbelievable. I swear it's getting thicker. Right, that'll do. So, yeah, let's go and check. I'll probably have it. No, that looks fine. That lash is horrendous. Why won't that lash curl? Come on, you've had curlers to help. No excuse. So yeah, she put me on cleaning all the tables and that, and they were sticky, but that was fine. So we're cleaning a few tables. There was a good perk of that job day. Used to back then have cigarette machines where you could put your money in and get yourself a pack of cigarettes without going to a shop or anything. It was in the club, so you didn't have to leave. And if you go underneath those cigarette machines, you could sometimes find a pound or two, and I had it, I loved it. I probably shouldn't have really, but I did. Because at the time I didn't think I was stealing anything, I just thought I was just, what do you call it, finders, keepers, losers, sweepers, so I just had the pounds. There weren't many anyway, but some people would drop change under there, so, I'd pick it up and have it. To be fair, nobody'd go under there for months and months and months anyway, so, they're not going to find it, are they? So anyway, I used to do that on a regular basis. There was somewhere else that had machines as well. I used to go underneath of and that and check if I got any money, and I did get some few pound off them as well. Anyway, so I can do this on camera. So anyway, so the first day was done. Oh, I did need to use the toilet at the time, and fortunately for me, I wasn't cleaning the toilets. I kid you not, the women's toilets had a permeated smell that you couldn't get rid of. And that smell, I hope you're not eating anything or drinking anything right now. I kid you not, please don't do it. That smell was a mixture of stale wee in a woman's toilet. You'd expect that from a man's, but no, it was a woman's. And stale sick. It was horrible. It was really disgusting. Oh, the smell. That smell was so bad that it's a smell you never forget. It's like they say, decomposition of bodies. It's a smell you never forget. And so it was vile. I almost threw up. I honestly did. I had to use the loo. The toilets were lovely and clean. They did a great job of all, bless them. But, the girls were doing a great job of that. But I said, how the heck do you pull up that smell every day? They went, you just get used to it. I went, oh, I could never get used to that. I went, you better hope you never get pulling hair off. So I go, oh, goodness. I said, that carpet's bad enough. I went, I know, it's bloody awful. They need to replace it. But we had a feeling that if they did replace the carpet, it'd be like that in another few weeks. So I went to that job a few times. There was a real bad downside to that job, other than the crap I've just told you about. Basically, you had to do overtime regardless. And you didn't know you was doing overtime until your shift came to an end. And 9 times out of 10, they expected you to stay on for another couple of hours. And one day, I just went, I don't have to do that. It's not forced. It's not in the contract where I have to do overtime. Yes, you do. You have to do the overtime regardless. I am not doing it. I've got plans today. I've got things I've got to do. I'm not doing it today. Well, you must do it tomorrow. It's like, this is ridiculous. I am bloody not happy about it. And I did a couple of overtimes like that. I did do it. But But it got to, I think, near the end of the week or something. I think I was doing Monday to Friday on this job. And I've got to near the end of the week. And I just thought, I am not doing the overtime. I am not. I'm going. So, the end of my shift came. And I was packing up one I had. And she went, where are you going? I went, end of shift. I'm going home. She went, you're not. I went, stop me then. And she went, you can't. I went, my contract doesn't state I have to do overtime. Until that contract says I have to do overtime, I will finish my shift when my shift ends. I had some balls, put it that way. So she went, well, you have got to stay for this. And I just went, you know what, love? Sticky carpets where they were paying to hoover. Really disgusting smelling toilets that you can't get rid of the smell of. And all of that. I went, this job's not worth it. You can keep it. Or I said something like, you can stick your job. You know, where the monkey has its nuts. I didn't say that bit. Although quite possibly I could have, you know, in my 20s at the time. And so I walked out. Unfortunately, because at the time I'd bought something previously to that and took it into work because I think I nipped into Argos or something. And I mean, this was during the hot sunny weather and all, and there's no windows in nightclubs. So it was blinking hot again. I don't know why they didn't have good air conditioning. Or they just didn't put it on first. I don't know. I'm just popping on a tiny bit on that high. So, anyway. So I told her where to go with it. Walked out of there. Because I was meeting my partner at the time. And I went, oh, flipping hell. He says, what? I says, I've just told her where to stick her job, but I've got to go back in because I've left what I bought this morning. He went, that was clever. I went, you won't go back in, would you, get it? So he went, no, I can't, can I? I went, no, not really. So I had to go back in, hoping that they never saw me, because I thought, that was one of those walkouts, stick your job, I'm off, and I have to go back in to collect something I forgot. It's so embarrassing. So I was like, oh, please don't let me see anyone. Please don't let me see anyone. And I didn't. I'm lucky. So I went and popped in to get what I got. I don't know what it was, of course. And, yeah, I left. Oh, and another thing and all. I never got paid for that. I think I did 2 weeks there. You know, that's probably normal standard. I might have even done a week. No, I did about a week and a half, because I started halfway through a week, I remember. And I don't know who was cleaning these nightclubs on Saturdays and Sundays, but we wasn't. And so I think I did a week and a half before I quit. And I was waiting for the payment, and I think I telephoned, even though I didn't like telephoning. You know, back then I didn't like doing that. And they just went, no, you're not owed anything. I went, I've done a week and a half work. No, you're not owed anything. I couldn't get that money no matter what I did. Bunt tried, you know, my stepdad, he tried, my mum tried. No one paid me. So I never got payment for it either, which was a kick in the teeth. If the office was more closer and not in another city, I think my stepdad would have took me down there like he did another job, which was very, you know, the main office was close by, but didn't want to pay me either. And he would have took me down and he would have said to them, you pay her and I'm staying here till we do. Unfortunately with that one we couldn't do it. Oh, and he even wrote a letter to that company, but they still won't pay. Oh, I think at one point after that letter they promised to pay and they still didn't. So I never got a payment for it. Oh, lashes. One goes and the other one just won't flipping go. So I never got a payment for it. Right, if I close that up, I won't get this everywhere. Pardon me. Right, I need to do my brows. I'm going to quickly go off camera and do them. Brows done. Of sorts. Okay, so, yeah, and that was it. I have had other terrible jobs, but not as bad as those two. So, I'm going to just finish off this makeup, and then we're done. Well, I'm done. I really like that shade there. It's quite pinky. Like a dusky kind of pink, I think. A dusky pink. I'm not sure it is a dusky pink, to be fair. I think a dusky pink's lighter. Should have gone peach, really. Try not to overdo the blush, but it looks like I have to. Oh, well. It's the time of overdoing blush, so I'm on trend. Right. Oh, I've got my lower lash line to do. I'll just quickly do that. I haven't finished. Right. Yeah, that's a shade I'll call a dusky pink. Done a peachy shade there, I'll do that peach shade. Woo. The eyeliner's coming off a bit. Hello. In a corner. Let's close the palette. Right. Oh, she did that one on the video I watched yesterday. They look silvery, and she said it wasn't. Oh no, that's it. Actually, that works. She said it looked white. That's it, and it isn't. It's more of a gold in it. She's very right. I seen somebody's video where she was doing a new neutrals palette, and I know what that palette looks like, and she got this palette up and she went, "This is the purple and that," and I just thought, you're a liar. You've filtered this, because that palette doesn't look them colours. She'd filtered it, literally filtered it, so it looked different colours. You've got to watch these people, you honestly have. The younger generation tend to want to lie to you. Right, so other than highlighter, we're done. I'm going to go in my Luminease one. Really like this one for Patrice. Just use that. It always looks a bit choppy though, I don't know why. I think this mirror is a horrible mirror, to be honest. Because some mirrors ain't the best. They're all different. Some shows you texture more than others, and that one's one of them. I don't like it. This one's very smooth. Okay, so apart from, I don't think I'm wearing lipstick. I don't want them in the house. I really don't. But today I'm going to change a habit of a lifetime. I ain't drank that coffee yet. No, I don't really want to. Just going to use a lip balm because I've got to drink that. So it'd only be this soap one anyway. I either put this one on or my P. Louise one. There we go, and that's it. I'm all set up for the day. So I hope you enjoyed this video of the worst jobs I've had. Please do all the good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe and share and all of that lovely, all of those lovely things. I will see you again next time for another video. Take care everyone. Goodbye. Oh, and the look. Goodbye.